Today, we've got something exciting for all you Apple enthusiasts out there. The iPhone 16 is on the horizon, and the rumors are heating up. The latest buzz? A brand new bronze color that might just steal the show. But this isn't just any bronze. It's a stunning blend of tones with a possible titanium finish. So let's jump right in and break down everything we know so far. First things first, let's talk about this new color. The leak comes from the same source that accurately predicted the natural gray titanium color for the iPhone 15. So we've got every reason to believe that this bronze beauty is the real deal. But it's not your ordinary bronze, it's a rich mix of gold and pink hues that can be accentuated by a titanium finish. Imagine that, a color that's not too bright, not too dull, but just the perfect balance of elegance and sophistication. Now, we don't know what Apple plans to call this color yet. The rumored name, Desert Titanium, doesn't quite hit the mark in my opinion. When you think of desert, you think sandy tones, right? But this color seems to lean more towards a blend of gold and pink, almost like a soft metallic sunset. And if you ask me, it's a worthy addition to the iPhone family. One thing that really stands out in this leak is the level of detail in the render. The image isn't an official product shot or a marketing image from Apple, but it might be our best look yet at what to expect from the iPhone 16 Pro. The render shows a cutout for a new capture button near the sleep/wake button, which is expected to control the camera app. This small detail gives the leak even more credibility. Other accessory makers are already preparing for this new feature with their iPhone 16 Pro cases, so it looks like this capture button is pretty much confirmed at this point. It's exciting to see Apple focusing on enhancing the user experience with something as simple but useful as a dedicated camera button. Now let's compare this leaked bronze color with the gold titanium we've seen before. If this is how the iPhone 16 Pro's gold variant will look, I have to say it's a step up from the darker gold titanium dummy units that have been circulating. This new bronze tone seems to have more depth, more character, and it could be a standout feature for the iPhone 16. But what do you think? Should Apple go with the name Desert Titanium, or does it need a name that better reflects its unique blend of tones? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Now, as gorgeous as this new color might be, let's be real, a new color alone isn't enough to justify upgrading to a new phone, especially considering the hefty price tag that comes with an iPhone. The biggest reason to consider the iPhone 16 is what's under the hood: Apple Intelligence. Apple is pushing hard to sell AI as the next big thing for the iPhone, and it's easy to see why. AI could revolutionize how we interact with our devices, making the iPhone 16 one of the smartest phones on the market. But here's the kicker. This could be the most fragmented iPhone launch in history. According to rumors, the iPhone 16 models sold in the EU might be almost completely different from those sold in other regions. Why? Because the EU versions might not have the same AI capability globally, and raises some serious questions about whether Apple can meet its sales expectations. So, where does this leave us? The iPhone 16 is shaping up to be an exciting release with its stunning new bronze color, the addition of a capture button, and the promise of advanced AI capabilities. But the potential fragmentation of this launch could make things interesting, to say the least. Are you excited about the iPhone 16? Will this new color and the rumored features be enough to make you upgrade? Or are you holding out to see how this fragmented launch plays out? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. I'd love to hear what you think. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the latest tech news. And don't forget to check out the links in the description for more related content. That's it for today. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. As always, see you in the next video. In just a few months' time, the iPhone 16 Pro Max will succeed the iPhone 15 Pro Max and take on the mantle as the best and most advanced iPhone out there. Although there's plenty of time until September and a lot can change, we seem to know a lot about the upcoming top iPhone model based on rumors and leaks. How is the iPhone 16 Pro Max shaping up against its predecessor? What's changing and what's staying the same? Let's see how the iPhone 16 Pro Max shapes up against the current best iPhone Apple has in its roster. First up, let's talk about design and size. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will inherit the same design language as the iPhone 15 Pro Max, employing the same titanium frame with a completely flat screen. The major difference between the iPhone 16 Pro Max and the iPhone 15 Pro Max will be size. The upcoming iPhone screen will grow to 6.9 inches across, a significant bump over the iPhone 15 Pro Max's 6.7-inch display. To achieve this, they're likely shrinking the bezels down even further and making the phone itself slightly larger overall. As per the rumors, the iPhone 16 Pro Max will measure 163mm in height and 77.58mm in width, versus 159.9mm and 76.7mm for the iPhone 15 Pro Max, respectively. A small but notable change, all things considered. The iPhone 15 Pro Max debuted with an action button instead of a mute switch and a USB Type-C port at the bottom, so those two features will be carrying over to the newer model as well. However, the iPhone 16 series will be scoring another button, dubbed the Capture button. Colors-wise, the iPhone 15 Pro Max was available in 4 understated and titanium-inspired colors. We've heard that Apple might use another titanium processing technique that will make the iPhone 16 Pro Max glossier and also more capable of retaining colors. Moving on to display differences. As mentioned, the iPhone 16 Pro Max will come along with a significantly larger display, measuring at 6.9 inches across. Aside from the size, we don't clearly expect any other major changes. We're certainly getting a liquid Retina XDR display with an OLED panel delivering superb colors, contrast, and exceptional maximum brightness. The screen will support 120Hz ProMotion refresh rate, making scrolling through the interface and on-screen content way smoother. Now let's delve into performance and software. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will feature a second-generation 3nm chip, possibly dubbed Apple A18 Pro. As one can imagine, we expect that the Apple A18 Pro will have better performance than the Apple A17 Pro. Due to the heavily rumored focus on AI for both iOS and the iPhone 16 range, we expect that the iPhone 16 Pro Max will come with a much improved neural engine to take care of all the generative AI features. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will also be a first to debut iOS 18 with a focus on artificial intelligence features. The new iPhone 16 Pro Max will also support faster Wi-Fi 7 and a more power-efficient 5G modem, keeping you future-proofed on the connectivity front. Let's talk about the camera. As the iPhone 15 Pro Max delivers a host of important camera features, chief among which is the new 120mm telephoto lens, the iPhone 16 Pro Max could finally address one of the forgotten cameras that hasn't recently scored any significant overhauls, the ultra-wide. Analyst Ming-Chi Kuo believes that Apple will be introducing a 48-megapixel ultra-wide camera on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. When it comes to audio quality, iPhone Pro Max devices are always up there with the best, setting the benchmarks for all other manufacturers to measure up against. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will be no exception. The same generally applies to haptics too. iPhones are arguably the best devices when it comes to haptic feedback, giving us precise and accurate vibrations that are sufficiently strong yet not overpowering. Lastly, battery life and charging. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will reportedly feature a much larger 4,676 mAh battery compared to the 4,422 mAh battery in the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Charging-wise, we haven't heard anything about a potential charging speed increase, but we